You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Young and the Restless fans. So we have Adam Newman living with Chelsea Lawson now, and several people are pushing their reunion, but on a recent episode, he looked less than enthused. Is Adam still thinking about Sally Spectra? It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about what Adam really wants, which woman is meant for him, and whether more romantic shakeups are ahead. But hey, if you're not following us, please click subscribe first. All right, so we've seen Victor Newman pushing for quite a while about Adam Newman reconciling with Chelsea Lawson and putting his family back together. I tend to think that what Adam and Chelsea did in Baltimore last year when they slept together that one night was nothing more than a mistake born out of intense stress, a little whiskey, and a lot of guilt over their son's mental health diagnosis and his profound issues. And that was the day he tried to do self-harm. So it was a big day. In addition to Victor pushing Adam to get back with Chelsea, there's also Connor Newman. You know, he liked Billy Abbott and Sally Spectra when his parents were dating them. Obviously, though, Connor's going to prefer to have his parents back together. And even Sally said that she thought Adam getting back with Chelsea was inevitable and good for Connor. But Adam disagreed with Sally for quite a while, and Chelsea also disagreed when Sally said it to her. Plus, let's not forget, if Billy had forgiven Chelsea for cheating with Adam, she would probably still be with Billy Abbott. And based on some things I'm seeing now, I just wonder, is Adam's heart still with Sally? And that's his soulmate, you know, his forever girl. But family pressure is keeping him in this awkward spot of obligation over emotions. Not only are Victor and Connor hoping for a reunion, but out of nowhere, Victoria is cheering this Chatham reunion. Victoria just told Victor that, you know, she's warming up to Adam. She still doesn't entirely trust him because he's impulsive, true. But Victoria thinks Adam getting back with Chelsea is a good idea and just told their dad that. This week, though, after Connor, Adam, and Chelsea were all officially moved into the old ranch house, they went up to the new ranch house to see Victor. And after that visit, they came home and there was this family hug. Only it got weird. There was a moment when Connor was saying how happy he was and Adam hugged his son, and then Chelsea was there and he kind of had to wrap his arms around her too. It was, I don't know, it felt a little forced to me. And then Adam and Chelsea shared a look, but it wasn't romantic as far as I could see. It was more of them kind of acknowledging, okay, we're here for Connor. But then a moment later, Adam was looking away from Chelsea, off into space, off into the distance. He looked kind of unhappy, possibly stressed out, and just not like a man who's in a happy place. So is Adam stuck in this position with Chelsea because, you know, for a change, Adam is trying to do as he is told? We all know how desperate he is for Victor's approval. You know, Adam has catastrophically deep daddy issues. And while he fights against his dad, you know, and they've plotted against each other time and again, sent each other to prison on fake allegations. But for right now, Adam is very happy to be close to Victor, and he's very happy to have his son close to him. And Adam is even bonding with his other siblings, and he has a peaceful and accepting relationship at last with his stepmom, Nikki Newman. So Adam has almost everything he's ever wanted: acceptance from the Newmans, acceptance from his dad, except for romantic love in his life. And I just wonder if he's letting fear of losing family approval, losing Victor's approval, is that keeping him in check, keeping him where he doesn't want to be? And is this keeping Adam stuck pursuing somebody who doesn't want him either? Because let's be clear, Chelsea clearly doesn't want this reboot of Chatham. Not again. You know, at first it was like, I thought, okay, maybe she's kidding herself and she really does want Adam. But now, many months later, I have totally changed my mind, and I believe Chelsea when she says she doesn't want this. I feel like Josh Griffith has just stuck Chelsea with Adam in some sort of bizarre holding pattern where concern for Connor's happiness and mental well-being has them hostage in a pseudo relationship that neither of them seems to want. I feel like when Adam's staring off into space, he's probably thinking about Sally. I mean, Adam pined for her the whole time that they were broken up, and then the whole time she was with Nick Newman. He never gave up. And finally, both Sally and Nick realized she still loved Adam. And so Nick walked away. And then at last, Adam and Sally were together, all set to be happy. And then Josh Griffith wrote the Connor OCD story the same time he wrote 2 other mental health storylines, all at the same time in some sort of blitz of repetitious plots because he could only think of mental illness storylines. I don't understand any of that at the time. Not that they weren't worthwhile stories, but altogether, all at once, crazy. And that broke up Adam and Sally out of nowhere. And for what? Chelsea doesn't want Adam, and he doesn't want her. There's something really problematic, not just with Adam's lack of a romantic life. I mean, think about it. Nick has no love interest, neither does Sharon, and they seem no closer to getting together after they've teased that for at least as long as they've been trying to push Chatham on us, trying to make fetch happen, you know? Sally is with Billy, but now Josh Griffith is pushing them into a triangle with Phyllis that nobody wants, which sounds painful. I'd actually be fine with Phyllis running off with Billy and leaving Sally free for Adam, who I think is actually her soulmate. Sally has already been warned by Adam that she will never get a happily ever after with Billy, that he's nobody's fairy tale ending. And I agree. He's a wild card. He's a rogue, and not in a fun or good way, just in a troublesome way where you know he's going to do something bad and hurt you. I also don't notice Sally falling head over heels for Billy. It seems casual, seems fun, and that's kind of it. I don't see Adam falling back in love with Chelsea or her with him. She said she's only in the same house to make Connor happy. Chelsea even told Adam, I think it was early this week, that they both have a lot of healing to do before they can move on to new romances with other people. And then she kind of said in passing, or even with each other, but that was like a far at the back of her mind thought. She doesn't seem interested in healing to get into a romance with him. There just seems to be no enthusiasm for this reunion, other than what Victor is pushing and what Josh Griffith is trying to push. Adam's kind of sort of trying to go along with it, but every day it just looks more like Chelsea and Adam are trapped because they love Connor. But honestly, giving the kid false hope is not a good idea and could aggravate his mental health issues. Adam and Chelsea can tell Connor they love him, but also make it clear they will never get back together, and they're basically just roommates in a really big house who plan to date other people but still love him. Bottom line, there's not a ton of romance on our soap opera. We have Kyle and Claire. I mean, I guess a little bit of Audra and Nate, more of Kyle and Claire. Nikki and Victor say nice things. We haven't seen Cole around for Victoria. We're not going to be seeing, Tessa and Mariah now that Ian's gone. And there's just not a lot of love on our daytime soap, And I sure would like to see gorgeous Mark Grossman finally get some action on our screen so that we can see him. I'm still cheering for Adam to get back with Sally, his soulmate, and Chelsea can get with Billy, with Nick, or whoever. I'm fine with that.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.